Good morning, everyone. I have the honor of providing the first glimpse of the 2014 Pinnacle Award winner. To be honest, this person intimidates me. I have to brace myself each time we meet. I know I'm going to be asked to do something new and different, and because who's asking, I always say yes. You're going to hear a lot of great stories about the winner today. I'd like to leave you with this one. This person doesn't have to say much to get a lot done. Listen closely and enjoy.
Who can turn the world on with her smile? Who can take a nothing day and suddenly make it worthwhile? Well, it's you, girl, and you should know it. With every glance and every little movement, you show it. Love is all around, no need to waste it. And it could be the Terrie Miller Show.
Terrie Miller's story began in the heart of the American Southwest. Terrie Loree Finley was born to Enid and Duard Finley, June 15, in Raton, New Mexico. She was the first of the couple's 5 children. The Finleys first lived on North 2nd Street, then later moved east of town. Most Sundays were spent at Terrie's maternal grandparents' house, which was directly across the street from her family home. Terrie loved the outdoors and would qualify for the title of tomboy. Being the oldest, she became her father's right-hand man. There wasn't a hammer or saw that she couldn't handle as well as any boy her age. When deer season opened in the fall, Terrie was the first to hunt. Thanks to her sharpshooting skills, she bagged many a dinner for her large family. When she was 16, the family moved from Raton to Albuquerque. After graduation in 1958, Terrie attended the University of New Mexico for 1 year. During that year, she met Bruce Miller.
My dad pulled me aside one day and said, you know, son, you need to pick your own mate, but I think you're chasing the wrong young lady. And I said, well, what do you mean by that? And he says, well, just look at this one over here. And he knew her name, and he said, you need to be chasing Terrie and not these other girls. And lo and behold, that's what happened. I started looking and taking advice of my dad.
While dating Bruce, Terrie went to work for an architectural firm. On April 30th, 1960, they sealed what was to become the first of many deals they would make together.
When we decided to get married, she reminded me, she said, we're not going to have a long engagement. If we're going to marry one another, we're going to get it started.
Their first child, Sudie Lee, was born 14 months later. In 4 years, Sudie was joined by a brother, Greg Cole. Bruce's boss insisted he transfer to Colorado to accommodate a new business structure.
Terrie and I made a pact that when I got transferred to Denver, Colorado, that I would make the living, make the money, and if she would raise the kids. And I would have to say she has done, in my opinion, an excellent job of raising the kids. And you might even say that maybe she raised me as well. I was a little on the wild side in the beginning.
My mom was very supportive of my dad in the business, and he spent a lot of hours with that. But as children, it was her decision to be a mother full-time. And she's very supportive of my dad, but she never did anything that wouldn't support my sister and I.
And then there was Greg's second grade father-student fitness competition.
My dad was too busy to make it, so my mom went, and it was me and my mom against all my buddies and their dads. Didn't think I had a chance, and lo and behold, when we finished sit-ups, push-ups, pull-ups, rope climbing, we whooped everybody. My mom just had the heart, and she wasn't going to be put aside by any man.
Once Sudie and Greg were grown, Terrie turned her attention to the family business, Denver Drywall.
They worked, amazingly to me, together, well together. You know, we're husband and wife. That's tough. You'd never have known it. In the office, they were business associates, worked well together. Again, I think respected each other and enjoyed the difference of ideas, and then could look at both sides of an issue.
I think the best thing that she brought was, again, the family values, that, as busy as her schedule was here at the office and with the company, she always had time for her family and for whatever you needed to be involved with. Really grateful for what she had brought to everybody. She really felt that Denver Drywall was an extension of the family, and what they provided was just a great place to work.
Well, Terrie, the way I would describe Terrie is more as she's like the little engine and the Energizer Bunny. There was nothing she couldn't do. She'd just keep doing it until she got it done, and she was always on the go. She never stopped. If it wasn't work, it was an outside activity she was doing.
Of strong Christian values, Terrie directed some of her eternal energy toward Bethany Lutheran Church.
The Bible says people without a vision perish. And Terrie and Bruce have always been able to see the vision, embrace the vision, support the vision, and then, be lead givers with their time, their talent, and their money.
When the Fellowship of Christian Athletes sponsored a fundraising golf marathon, they didn't expect Terrie the Energizer Bunny to compete.
I thought maybe you didn't understand that this was 10 to 12 hours on a golf course, and the goal was to try to play 100 holes of golf, but I didn't say anything to you. I just knew that it was going to be really, really hard, and wasn't quite sure you knew what you were getting yourself into. I remember the day of the golf marathon, you showed up dressed like you were ready to play in the U.S. Open. And not only did you go out and play more than 100 holes of golf that day, but you played more holes than I played.
Terrie was always aware of her special worth as a woman and recognized there was value in going after jobs designated WBE, Women Business Enterprise. And who better to work with than daughter Sudie Lee?
I had no money, just newly married. So my mom decided to kind of be the backer. So we were going to be partners. She was going to be the money, and I was going to be the workhorse. So we went into this venture, and that's what we did. And she was more of a supportive role. She supported me in my decision making, things that I needed to do. I would go to her.
Here again, Terrie was watching the payrolls, and Sudie was spent time out in the construction site to make sure that our guys were turning the time in like they were supposed to, that was accurate. And they got the certificate and worked very well for several years.
I got a phone call day after the bid opening, said, we want to talk to you, and we want you to bring the owner of your company with you. We met with the fellow downtown, and he started going through the numbers the way contractors usually do. Well, but this breakout looks a little high, and this one, can we do, that kind of thing. And Terrie said, now, this was a public bid opening, right? And he said, yes, it was. And we're designated WBE. And he said, yes, we are. And then we really don't have a lot to discuss. And so we got up and we left and didn't really know what to make of it after that. But we got a call the next morning that said, your contract's on the way. And that was the end of that story.
And then there was AWCI, which Terrie embraced with the same gusto and love of life as she did everything else.
AWCI is like family to Terrie and to Bruce. They go to it because it's part of our industry, but they've been involved in it so many years, it's not just friends, it is family. They participate with all the individuals and the companies that are involved with it. And what they found through AWCI is it's not just a place that they go to a convention or go out of town for a meeting. They go there to interact with other individuals that are in the same position as them. And what she has found with that is she's always been the main cheerleader within our company to bring other people from our organization into it.
Once Sudie and Greg were on their own, Terrie and Bruce enjoyed many trips with AWCI's Continuing Study Committee.
We got things back from wherever they went. Even my kids, as the years went on, got little gifts from, they always got fun gifts, and then they always got goofy gifts like rocks from different parts of the world.
Terrie's life was a mixture of hard work and happiness, and then devastation. Terrie learned she had cancer. For a week, she focused on getting her life organized for those she would leave behind. Then, she changed her mind.
And she says, I'm not going to give any of my stuff away. And I said, well, why not? What changed your mind? She says, I'm not going anyplace. And that was the beginning of, hey, I can whip it. And she has whipped it.
I guess I just learned from her how strong a person could be when they face adversity. She would give me little books about inspiration, and there were many times when I thought, Terrie, you are my inspiration. I don't need a book to tell me what I need to do to live each day. She was a perfect example of what to do.
The most important thing that I learned from Gramsci over the years was to never give up. Whether you were battling something as big as cancer, or a mean basketball coach, or even something as small as a bad habit of nail biting, you can always get through it, and she definitely taught me that.
Terrie's recovery and heart for other people inspired her. She spearheaded a new initiative to help employees of AWCI members who are in financial straits due to unexpected circumstances. AWCI Cares, caring action relief in emergency situations.
Working with her on AWCI Cares has been a joy and a lesson in determination. This compassionate and generous woman worked tirelessly to make our goal of helping others become a reality. I recall phone conversations with her when she would excitedly tell me about a 2-hour phone call she had with a member of another charitable foundation to learn how to set up AWCI Cares. That happened more than once.
You got to understand why and how this AWCI Cares program became such an important part of her and her drive to make sure that the individuals that work for construction companies, if they fell on hard times, would have some kind of fallback to help them monetarily get back into the groove and continue on with their life. So I think that's the influence I see there.
I don't think you can hear the term CARES, caring and relief in emergency situations, without thinking about Terrie Miller. Terrie, along with some of her close friends in this association, realized that there was a need for us to do what we can to help company members in times of emergencies. They formed CARES, they worked countless number of hours on setting guidelines, ensuring the confidentiality of those who are applying, and to this date, over $100,000 in grants have been given to families in times of emergency.
Being there for families is one of Terrie's core values. Nowhere is that more evident than in the devotion she shows her grandchildren. They are her whole world. When her grandchildren began graduating from school, Terrie sought the opportunity to introduce a new family tradition, taking that child on a trip of a lifetime to the destination of their choice. The first grandchild made a startling request to go to Africa and climb Mount Kilimanjaro.
While they were there, they got to go to a children's orphanage, and they had packed a suitcase full of candy and Denver drywall and Colorado Rockies baseball caps and t-shirts, and so they got to hand them out.
I think the one that sticks out in my head the most is climbing Kilimanjaro with you and going to Africa and getting to see all the animals that I've always wanted to see. I appreciate that, and I can't thank you enough, and I treasure that experience for the rest of my life.
Terrie also realized that perhaps the most important memories and lessons are those grandparents make at home.
We'll always play in the backyard if it's not snowing or raining. We'll play in the pool, or we'll play frisbee, or all those kind of things.
The infamous tea parties are one of my favorite memories with my grandma. As children, it was a lot more sugar and milk than tea in our tiny little cups, but as we've gotten older, I still cherish those tea parties just as much as I did when I was younger.
One thing I always remember about her is when she would come and babysit me and my other two sisters, she would always do the drawing the straws to see who she'd get to sleep with that night. And I always toss and turn and am just a terrible person to sleep with, and so she would rig the straw game so she would never have to sleep with me. Or when she would not rig it, she would always end up I'd always wake up and she'd end up with one of my other two sisters. It was always so frustrating.
Every time you'd go over to our house, it'd just be great because you'd always have the warm smell of cookies. And then we'd plan our day, we'd go shoot our BB gun and ride the gators and all that fun stuff, swim, and then later in the day we'd make cookies and then just all that fun stuff and she has all that fun stuff there.
Terrie, a really heartfelt congratulations from everyone at AWCI.
Congratulations, Terrie, on being this year's Pinnacle Award recipient. It's a wonderful honor. You should be so proud. You're a great friend, and I love you bunches.
Terrie, there is no one more worthy of the AWCI Pinnacle Award than you. Whether it be recognizing how tirelessly you worked to start the CARES program, which helps many, many people today, or how valiantly you fought your cancer, or perhaps it's how courageous you were to actually climb Mount Kilimanjaro with your granddaughter. Wow. In any event, we're proud of you and we love you, and you do this all with such grace and dignity. Congratulations. I love you.
Terrie, we hope by now you know how much we love you. We also want you to know that we are so proud and honored to call you friend. You have enriched our lives and made us better people by your example. From the bottom of our hearts, we say to you, and congratulations, and to you, Mr. Miller, you are one lucky guy to have met, fallen in love with Mrs. Miller. One day, we would love to come and see your matching Pinnacle Awards sitting side by side like the two of you.
Congratulations, Terrie.
Congratulations, Mom. You truly are the Energizer Buddy.
Well, congratulations, Mom. This award's all about you. You're very deserving of it. You're our Energizer Bunny. We don't know how you keep going and going, but you do, and you lead by example. It's your day, and enjoy it all. You're very deserving. Congratulations.
Terrie, congratulations. I don't know anybody that deserves this award more than you, and you're the most special person I know, and congratulations again.
Gramsy, I am so happy for you. You deserve this award. Congratulations.
Thank you so much for always being such a big inspiration to me. You're always such a strong person and so willing to do anything for anyone. And I'm sorry I couldn't be there, but congratulations. I love you so much.
Congratulations, you are like the best grandma ever, and I really am very happy for you.
Congratulations, Grams, you've won the Pinnacle Award.
Congratulations, Grams. I'm so proud of you.
Congratulations, Terrie. We're both now Pinnacle Award recipients. That is a great honor that I will cherish, and I know you will for the rest of your life.